This is the MRA podcast of Kyle and Kamal, where men come to talk and women come to eavesdrop. I am Kyle.
I am Kamal.
And we're helping you to understand the man you love. Let's get to the news, Kamal.
Come on, man, let's get into it. We might as well.
We might as well. It's been a long time, man. Good to be back, my guy.
I don't even know how to tell a joke no more. My time is
I hope it still works, dog.
I hope my shit ain't off.
Marshawn Lynch got pulled over in Vegas for a DUI. Well, actually, he didn't get pulled over, Kamal. He was already driving on the curb. If you saw that, I don't know if you saw that, man.
Yeah, exactly. He got pulled out the car.
Yeah, he got
pulled over and pulled out.
Yeah.
Yo, check this out, man. Florida is moving to allow military veterans to become teachers, not just without a teaching credential, but without a college degree.
Wow.
I know, Florida crazy, man. Florida is wild as shit. Combat vets with no education guarantee Florida to have the safest, dumbest kids in the country. They'll be safe.
Hey, as long as they're safe, come on, I think they'll figure the rest out, dog.
Figure the rest out.
I'm kind of feeling that joint, man, to be honest with you, man. Hey, man, it's hot as hell, Kamal.
Damn right.
Shit, you think it's hot in Cali. It's a heat wave going on in Texas right now. It's so hot. One Republican went into an abortion clinic because its initials are AC.
Ta.
That's hot.
That's hot.
That's hot, man.
That's hot, man.
Yeah, that's hot.
Yo, check this out, man. After a Taco Bell manager poured scalding water on two customers who complained that the restaurant got their order wrong, a representative for the fast food chain said everyone deserves to feel safe in Taco Bell restaurants. Mm-hmm. Until they eat the food. Then they
I love it.
You eat the food, hey, we ain't got shit to do with that after that.
You know what they're actually doing now, man? I read this in a different article. They're going to hire military personnel. You don't even have to be trained. You just got to work at Taco Bell if you're in the military.
You don't even have to know how to, fold the shells and shit.
Yeah, nope.
Season the meat. Well,
as long as you strap, you're good to go, dog. Hey, good news for our guy Johnny Depp, man. He got another contract from Dior. I love that cologne, by the way. Yeah, it's a 7-figure deal to endorse their cologne. And not to be outdone, Amber Heard got a deal for Miracle-Gro to endorse their fertilizer. Mm-hmm.
Amber
Heard.
Yo, new research shows that video game players have enhanced brain activity and superior decision-making skills. Did you know that? That's right.
Didn't know that, dog.
Decision-making skills like DoorDash, Uber Eats, Postmates. Tough decisions. These guys are figuring that shit out every night.
Well, you ain't shit for that, man. Man, check this out, man. Nancy Pelosi was warned by China not to go to Taiwan, and she went anyway. She heard about that.
Iron Lady right there, boy.
Oh, yeah. Then she went back this week because she forgot to show them her other middle finger. Yeah, but she clarified, Kamal. She said she didn't go back to be disrespectful. Let me clear that up. She did not go to be disrespectful.
Not disrespectful.
No, she went because after you have beef with China, it doesn't take long before you want some more.
You hunger for more beef. It's China. Yeah, man. This conspiracy theorist chick in the government, Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene. Have you ever heard of her?
Oh, have I heard of her? Have we heard of her? We talk about her all the time.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, she's off the chain again, man. She says that white men are turning to porn because discrimination has left them with few other options.
Okay.
No other options. They got to turn to porn.
Okay.
So it's basically, if the system won't let them beat these minorities, they might as well beat their meat. They got to beat something.
Something going to be beat.
Yeah, something can't, I got to beat something.
You can't be unbeat.
Yeah, man, it's tough for the white man these days.
It's tough for the white man to do it. Yeah. Hey, man, I was traveling this week, Kamal. Speaking of white man, I saw this white guy with his young son at the airport. Father had on a Dodgers hat, true blue. Little boy, about 4 years old, had on a Giants hat, Kamal.
Okay, I can respect that.
I can't. That's like me wearing a Raiders hat and my son wearing a Denver Broncos hat, Kamal. Or better yet, a father wearing a MAGA hat and the son wearing a hat that says FBI. Not okay.
Not okay. I didn't see anything wrong with that scenario about you wearing the Raider hat and one of your sons wearing the Bronco hat. I didn't see anything wrong with that myself.
No,
I didn't know where you were going with it.
Yeah, I didn't think you would say that.
Exactly. I'm clueless on that one.
Yeah, of course.
Jury selection began on Monday at R. Kelly's federal trial where the R&B singer faces charges that he rigged his 2008 state child pornography trial.
Oh, he rigged it, huh?
Yeah, man. They say he paid somebody and all that stuff. So when his lawyers told him that they're looking for 12 impartial people who ultimately decide R. Kelly's fate, the singer said, "Stop. You had me at 12. Good. 12. I'm good. Yes. Come on.
Well, you ain't shit for that, man.
Man. You wait till the next one.
Yeah, well, listen. Hey, speaking of rigged, after the FBI raided Trump's home, a rigged election, many far-right extremists are making threats against the FBI, Kamal. This really bothers me, man, because I want them all to stop making threats and please just run up in that Cincinnati office. Just go.
Go, dude.
Just go.
Shit or get off the pot.
just make sure it's the Cincinnati office because they don't play that bullshit down there.
They don't play that shit.
Run up in there, see what happens.
I don't think the U.S. Capitol, I don't think they will play that shit again.
Not this time.
Not this time. Like, you called us slipping the first. You called us on the good day.
Yeah. Come on back.
You come back if you want to. Finally, man, officials say that at least 28 people have died and another 60 have fallen sick from drinking spiked liquor in Western India.
Oh, wow, man. Really?
When he heard of this, Bill Cosby shook his head and muttered, "Amateurs." Spike a drink. Fuck taught these.
No. I'm gonna show you how to spike a drink, dog.
They kill him over what? Come on, man.
Knock him out going at Bill.
Knock him out.
It's like me going at Kels. Come out going at Bill. What's really going on, man?
Anything for the joke, because I don't believe he did that shit.
Jokes first, man.
Jokes
That's
first.
the MRA podcast. When we come back, man, we have some feedback. A listener wants to know, where in the hell have we been? We'll explain it next. And then we have a post-nut from a man who falls in love at first sight, but then it almost leads to a fight. What happened? We will tell you soon. It's the MRA podcast. Hey, what's up, guys? I sure hope you're enjoying the show. If you like it, I invite you to go to our website, themrapodcast.com, and catch up on over 100 episodes that we have in store for you.
You ain't working, you might as well check us out.
And if you want some more, go over to The World According to Cheryl and check me out on Cheryl Underwood's podcast. We post content there every single day. We have her normal radio show labeled SUR, and then the Cheryl Underwood podcast, where we get in her personal business every Friday. Then on the weekends, we have the specialty shows that range from Late Night Cupcake into Auntie Cheryl's House Party to our gospel show, Spiritual Nourishment.
You gotta check out The World According to Cheryl, even though I ain't on it.
We got some feedback, Hobie.
Do we now?
Yes, man. This one comes from Stephanie in Tulsa. She says, when are you guys coming back? I need my fix. You can't leave a sister this long. How else will I know how to deal with these trifling men? Hilarious. What's going on? I need a full explanation. Stephanie in Tulsa. Okay, so she's right, Kamal. Our last show dropped July 13th. Happy birthday, Mom. Happy belated. Super belated.
Yeah, super. Yeah,
super. I mean, I obviously told her since then. And this one is dropping 5 weeks later, August 17th. We've never missed 1 week, let alone 5. What happened was I had 2 weeks for ships. 2 weeks working. 3 weeks working on ships, and 2 weeks because I got COVID. So I ended up actually having 2 weeks on a boat and 2 weeks because I had that brand new. I renewed my COVID card. It's better than the vaccine, Kamal. Yeah, man. Well, I got the vaccine too, but I got that new immunity to that brand new Omicron that's out there touching people. That caught me slipping. It's all good. But yeah, man, that's where we been, bro.
I'm still undefeated, man. Knock on wood.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
bro.
Man. I'm still undefeated.
Yeah, man. And you've been in the classroom, dog. How
back
you love
in
that?
The classroom, dude. I've been places.
Yeah.
I've been super spreaders.
Oh, yeah. We're going to talk about where you've been, what we've been doing, but I just want to explain what's up. But right now, when we come back, man, we have a post up from a man who falls in love at first sight, but it almost leads to a fight. What happened? We'll tell you next. The MRA Podcast. According to Webster's dictionary, being in post-nut mode is when you have a clear mind and you can make sound decisions as if you just busted a nut.
Yeah, I don't know if Webster actually said that.
No, he didn't. But our listener Big Easy Q told us all about it and we can relate. Women, men. So listen, if you have a story of when you did something foolish.
In pre-nut mode.
Yeah, something really dumb. Maybe it was top crime. Especially something in pre-nut mode you don't want nobody to know about. Hit us up and we'll tell the world. We can all laugh at your expense and hopefully you'll learn from your mistakes.
Aristotle once said, the results of pre-nut mode is the best teacher. I think he said some shit like that.
Send us your stories at Dear Erby at themrapodcast.com. That's Dear Erby at themrapodcast.com. And now it's time for a post-nut mode story only on the MRA podcast. Okay, this one is from Gordy in OKC. Gordy in OKC said, I went to Cancun on vacation to this resort during spring break. He sounds like you, Kamal, always rolling. I'm way past college age, but I was in town for my brother's wedding. The first day I saw this young woman walk by with the vintage Joe Montana t-shirt. She looked young, but I figured she was older because Joe is from my era. This girl was perfect. She's young, she's hot. She loves football and beer. She loves pizza. That's hilarious. That's what made her perfect, Kamal. I fell in love at first sight. A couple of days later, I met her. I didn't know it was her, but it was. We hit it off, and by the third night, I was in a room, and that's when I saw the Joe Montana shirt. We had a great time, but she said she was only mine for that night. Okay. I was hoping to be hers for a lot longer. She said she had a boyfriend, but I didn't care. I live in OKC. She lives in Denver. There you go, Kamal. I found an excuse to go to watch my Thunder play the Nuggets and invited her to my hotel. We had another great night, but this time she said she had to leave after. She's a college senior and had finals to study for. The next day, I got a message on my phone from an unknown number saying to stay away from his girl or there will be hell to pay. That night, she messaged me and said she had to say goodbye. I was heartbroken. Couple questions come out. First one, if a woman says she's only yours for tonight, is that a turn on or turn off? And then please tell us where Gordy went wrong.
I think that's a turn on for me. It's like I got one night. I got, I'm a professional, Kyle. I like to fancy myself as professional. Yeah, so I aims to please. So I can't have like a bad night. Now. If I know it's gonna be some more sessions.
Yeah,
I can pace myself, work my way up. Yeah, but when I got one night, I gotta come with the A game.
Yeah, you only have to crush it once, and then you can retire undefeated.
Yeah. Now the goal is to get her like the feedback, like she needs her fix. She in her mind going into it, she had one night, but then afterwards, just like I need that.
See, okay, so we both. Again. You know what's funny is we both don't want to be that one night. It's weird. You would think a guy would want that one night thing, and I wouldn't want necessarily one night thing. I like a lot of nights. I don't want to be your man though. No. I mean, if being your man means that I can only be with you and and you're going to be checking on me and I got to tell you where I am. Yeah. But yeah, the one night thing it's not necessarily a turn on for me, man. Now, where did Gordy go wrong, my guy?
He didn't believe her. She told him.
What part?
Well, she told him, one night and he was like, bullshit, and went I mean, really, and he made an excuse to go out there. I mean, he became a low key stalker. But hey, he was lucky enough to squeeze in another session. So I got to say, it wasn't all bad. But the problem was somehow her dude found out, and now he's getting threats. But the heartbreak. Him being heartbroken, it's like, dude, she told you. What? I mean, come on, man. These guys falling in love. It's a trend. It's a trend today. I don't like it, Kyle.
You don't know nothing. That's a little foreshadowing to what's going on, man. We come back, man. The game, speaking of love and the opposite of it, man, the game went in on Marshall Mathers, Eminem. How do we feel about this new song that the game has? Kamal and I will tell you what we think. Coming up next is the MRA Podcast. Hey guys, if you're digging the show, then please tell somebody. People might say something to you like, hey man, you know what podcast you listening to? And that's when you say the MRA podcast with Kyle and Kamal.
Or the MRA podcast with Kamal and Kyle.
Kamal, the game is famous for letting us know exactly how he feels, my guy. He's got a new song where he goes in on Eminem. Here's a little clip of it, man. All right, man. Listen, dude. This is a 10-minute song, bro. So we're obviously not going to play the whole thing. 10 minutes of going in on Eminem. Now, here's the thing, bro. He plays the race card in there. And I don't love that he played the race card on it because it feels like a low blow. And he goes in on a lot of personal shit on M. It's like, damn, dog. Like, it feels like that's something you do to a motherfucker to hit you. And you like, all right, motherfucker, I warned you.
This is the retaliation.
Yeah, not the first hit. Like, he didn't. I don't remember him hitting you. So that you're going in hard for the first strike, and that just feels personal. And that's the thing I don't like about it. And it sucks. As a man, fellas, please hear this. Anytime we get into our emotions, it will be held against us. If a woman notices that we're getting emotional, they're gonna bring it up. Oh wow, look at you and your feelings. Something about being a man. When we go to our feelings, man, we're gonna pay for that. And so that is my dig on the song, man. It feels like this is about the Super Bowl, Kamal. This feels like this is about Dr. Dre and 50 Cent, you know, siding with Eminem instead of siding with the game. It feels like this is about hostility from feeling perhaps entitled that he should have been included on that West Coast Super Bowl because Mary J, but I'm sure you ain't mad at Mary. Mary's from New York, 50's from New York. And M is from Detroit. I'm not going to hog the mic. Come out. What you feel about this, dog?
I didn't like it at all. This was an act of desperation. I'm a Game fan. I actually bought the album.
The new one?
I bought the new album, yeah. I was listening to it today. He got 30 songs on there, man. There's no 30? Album with 30 songs on it that's good. Oh, you know, I say if he took the 14th best, fucking classic. Great album. You know, but 30 songs is entirely too long. But that's neither here nor there.
Let me tell you something, Kamal.
Go ahead.
I was listening to Guy's album today. That first one with Groove Me and
like
Jam.
Eight songs on there?
Dog, it's a perfect album, man.
Yeah.
Kamal,
Thriller's got like 9, right? Thriller's got like 9.
Yeah, like between that and Bobby Brown's first album, well, not first album, but Don't Be Cruel.
Yeah.
Those are two perfect R&B albums right there, man. And they ain't too damn long. So sorry, man. Go back to your point.
Here's the thing about it. When it comes to hip-hop beefs, I prefer personal over business. And this one seemed like a business move. Like, he's been calling out Eminem for like the past month or so, just saying like, he's not better than me, I'm better than him, I'm better than Eminem. And it's like, okay, why? And he's got a history of this. He learned this from 50 Cent. When an album drops, he just like, they manufacture beef to sell records. And
like Tupac. Really, Tupac started that shit.
Well, Tupac, his beef was believable, at least. You know what I'm saying? Even if it was like, you know, on a false premise, it was still, to the people who didn't know intricate details of the situation, it was believable.
Oh yeah.
This one is just like, it's forced. I'm better than Eminem. Why do you say that? Nobody's better than me, but I'm better than Eminem. Okay. Eminem doesn't respond. He drops a 10-minute diss song, and like you said, it's personal. He talks about his kids and his wife and his mom and his dad. He goes below the belt, and it's unnecessary. It's just, it's one of those things where it's like, man, dude, it ain't bothering you. Now, there's some shit that we don't know about.
Just say it.
Yeah.
Just say it.
Yeah, if there's
you
like
said everything else.
Right. Some beef that we don't know about, from like some slick shit that happened when y'all was in the studio 15 years ago, or some aftermath beef that, you know, Dre pitched you two against each other, whatever.
Yeah.
But this,
say it.
Yeah, this right here is out of left field, and he's been screaming Eminem's name, and even taunting him at the end. Come on, Marshall, pick up the pen. Like, you want this because it'll help your career. It doesn't help Eminem out. It helps you out. And so when it becomes business, it seems forced, and not a fan of it.
I really love that, man. Now, as far as Eminem, man, I personally think that the game is right when he says that Eminem has this advantage because he's white. I agree. But what we're not talking about is Eminem really is a dope MC. At least that's what I think. I think he's dope. You, the hip-hop head on the show, is Eminem a legit dope MC? Is he top 5? How you feel about Eminem?
Well, if we're going strictly talent, yes. Mm-hmm. But the thing about it is it goes more than that. And so, like I argue with my son all the time, it's like Eminem doesn't have too many songs that are like felt by our community. Like Tupac wasn't the most lyrical rap, flap, rapper, right? But you felt this shit. You know, people feel DMX. You know, and you saw when he died, you know, the response that he got from like the fan base. Yes, and God forbid, anytime like, you know, Eminem dies, it's going to be more so a celebrity died. You know,
that's
like
the white community is going to be hard.
Right. Well, they're going to treat him like, you know, Prince's, you know, I don't want to say Prince died, but they're going to treat him like a big time celebrity. But as far as like him speaking to that hip hop audience, I don't think he really did. Now the talent's there. The talent's there, but it's just, you know, like Game says, they don't really play your shit in the club, and you know they don't. You know, they're not playing this stuff like on like the urban stations. Yeah,
not like 50.
No. And so I remember when he first came out, they played Eminem on K-Rock. They didn't play any hip hop on K-Rock, but they played Eminem shit on K-Rock.
To this day, they play him even on Jack FM.
Right. And so it lets you know, it's like, yeah, he does have an advantage, but he's talented. He's super skilled. Not a lot of people can match his pen game, but he does have an advantage, and I don't think he denies that. You know, I don't think he denies that. I think he accepts it, and you know, he does what he can to try to like put brothers on as much as he can. You know,
and teases and jokes about it and calls himself compares
Elvis.
Himself to Elvis.
So
I
don't have a problem with Eminem at all. I think that Game is picking a fight with him, and I honestly don't even want Eminem to respond.
I hope he doesn't either, man, because I don't want to encourage bully behavior, man. When we come back, man, and just want to say this, man. If he has an advantage because he's white with white folks, we got to at least acknowledge that he has a disadvantage with black folks because he's white. Because it's hard for us because, you know, they lead so many, they apparently lead in so many categories that we're like, nah, you can't have hip hop, man. You know, you already have, you know what I mean? Like you cannot have
jazz.
Yeah, like hilarious.
Jazz, like
shit.
You see a nigga with a flute like that. Yeah, doing with that white boy flute. Like what the fuck? What?
Nah, bro, you can't have hip hop. And so I believe some of that is that, but the insight about that connection to the black community and feeling that shit like DMX and like I said 50 and Pac, that's a perfect example, man, that I had never thought about. When we come back, man, is there a domestic violence double standard? That might piss some people off, but we'll talk about it next. It's the MRA Podcast. Hey guys and gals, if you're enjoying the show, let someone know. Whatever app you're listening on, please subscribe, give us 5 stars, and leave a positive comment.
And why wouldn't you give us 5 stars and a positive comment? We're great.
Yes, we are. This helps our placement so that other people can enjoy the show as well.
And why wouldn't they? We're great.
Kamal, this touched me, man. It kind of pissed me off a little bit. So there's a singer named Michelle Branch. I never heard of her. Some of y'all I'm sure have. That's great. She was arrested for domestic violence. Now, the first thing I noticed is they mentioned in the article why she put her hands on her husband. And when men put their hands on their wife, and just make it clear, it's never okay, but they never say why. Remember when the NFL, it just recently came out, some NFL star was allegedly pulled this girl down the hall. She was naked by her hair. I was like, what the fuck did she do? What happened? Remember when the dude came in and kicked over the TVs and the girl had the videotape, you know?
Oh my God.
That was like, what the fuck
vicious.
Happened? Yeah. Why would you throw her across the room like that? What happened? They didn't tell us. But for Michelle Branch, they give her side of the story. Well, you know, you got to understand that he had cheated. So, okay, so she slapped him across the face twice. The shit that bothered me is she went to jail. Bruh, she got out on $1,000 bond. I have $1,000, Kamal.
You don't even need to go to a bail bondsman.
$1,000. You know what they said? She has a 6-month-old and she needs to breastfeed. What?
Hold up, Kyle. Did you say 6-month-year-old?
I did say that wrong. She has a 6-month-old. Thank you for calling that out. That's some bullshit. She got a 6-month-old and she needs to breastfeed. Bro, they don't give a damn. R. Kelly got kids. He got to pay for her. Sit your ass in jail until we decide what you're going to do. That's not okay, Kamal.
No.
It's not. And then the one that really got me, and I think it bothers me because there's this other one. This is OnlyFans girl. Her name is Courtney Taylor. I only know that because I got a cousin named Courtney and a cousin named Taylor, and they're twins.
I only know that because I have an OnlyFans account.
He's quick. You're stupid. So she beat up her boyfriend, man, multiple times allegedly, and then ends up killing him, man. And when they're reporting the story, they're reporting it as if, you know, they had been fighting. But in the video, there's a video, elevator video, and we all saw the Ray Rice elevator video, but most of us haven't heard of the Courtney Taylor elevator video. And she just whooping his ass, and he's Jay-Z and Solange dodging and shit. It bothers me the way they report it, man. And this and the brother ended up dying over this shit, man. How you feel about it, dude?
There's a double standard.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm good with it though. I'm good with it because here's the thing about it. Most of these attacks, like the Jay-Z Solange, it's not really hurting Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Did you see this other video with that rapper Blueface and this girl's beating him up at LA Live?
No, what happened?
Dude, she's whooping. I mean, she's trying to like hit him and square up with him and slap him around, and like he's trying to walk away. You know, people are like trying to
that's not okay, Kamal. No, that's not okay. Listen, I understand that the hit don't hurt as bad, allegedly, because we all got our ass beat by our mama, and that shit hurt. Don't tell me this shit don't hurt when a woman hits you. But
well, a woman got to have one of them belts and extension cords. Yeah, a woman chased me with an extension cord. I'm filing charges. Not again.
I ain't going back.
I'm not going back.
It sends to me the wrong message that because if the dude hit the woman with the same amount of velocity, let's just say she's okay. You know what I mean? It was an open hand slap. It's not okay to open hand slap a woman in the face. It's not. It's never okay. And it's not okay to open hand slap a man in the face. It's not. And I want them to throw the book at her, but they're not. I guess it's not.
No, they're not going to throw the book at her. No. I mean, that's just the reality. They expect, you know, the man to walk it off. You know, I told you this. I was at a place where, you know, the girl is beating up my homie.
Oh yeah.
And she calls 911, and the witnesses are saying, "Nah, man, she's the aggressor," and the cop is telling my guy at his house, "Do you have somewhere to go?" He can't make heads or tails out of this. She's crying, but we're saying he's innocent, and he's like, "Look, if you have nowhere to go, we're gonna have to take you down." So you must leave your own house.
Yeah.
And it was just like, wow, this is ridiculous. But it is what it is, man. You know, like it or lump it. And, you know, we can't do anything about that. And I don't expect, you know, the penalties to go down for men to balance it out.
They shouldn't go down for men, but they definitely should go up for women.
Well, here's the thing about it. The thing about them going up, you know, it's the guy's not bruised. He's got no marks. He's not busted up. So it's like you'll give the girl a felony. Yeah. It just the damage isn't there. Yeah, I think that's what it is. You know, you will them in the court. You know, the arraignment or pictures, and most guys are macho. They're not going to go to the hospital and get checked out. And so they get off because of that situation. Now, if, you know, if some woman were to beat the shit out of a guy and busted his eye and his lip and his tooth is knocked out and he's got to go to the hospital, that chick is getting the same treatment as, you know, domestic violent Joe, whoever. He's getting the same treatment. I just think guys won't press charges. They're not going in there. They just, the macho thing, man. You know, they just won't.
You're right. When we come back, man, DeShaun Watson got a 6-week suspension from the NFL, but the NFL seems to want more. How do we feel about it? Kamal and I are going to let you know how we feel next. It's the MRA Podcast. You listen to us, but Kamal and I want you to know that we listen to you too.
Even if we don't always respond to your tweets in a timely manner.
I love how you say we, man. So if you have some feedback, maybe you agree.
Maybe you disagree.
Or maybe you just want to tell us how much you love the show, or that you want to testify about how we specifically helped you out. Or maybe you just want to tell Kamal how he was right or wrong.
But mostly right.
Whatever you want to tell us, hit us on our social. I'm at Kyle Erby.
I'm at Angry Kamal.
Hit us up and you just might hear your comment on the air.
Promise. We'll be gentle.
Kamal, last episode we talked about DeShaun Watson, and now we got to give up. Yeah, we did.
It was 5 weeks ago.
A long time ago. Yeah. It was something about the evidence and some shit. Yeah, I know it was a long time ago. but it was 5 weeks ago, our last episode, and his suspension will be one more week than that, which is not that long. He got 6 weeks, and the NFL is. So what happened was they gave an outside judge, a woman, the power to look at all the evidence, come up with a decision. What's it going to be? And it was 6 weeks, and OJ came out. I love OJ's Twitter, man, and posted a video saying, "Hey, man, that's it. That's let y'all hired this woman to do it. Let the woman do her job. If she says 6 weeks, Mama call him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay." Of course, the Twitter mob definitely saw the irony of OJ weighing in on domestic violence issues. But I like what OJ said. He said, look, some of these women, they probably put some extras on it to get paid. Some of these women, I'm sure he crossed the line. I don't have a problem with that. It sounds very accurate to me. But nonetheless, it seems like the NFL has gotten some backlash because, we talked about domestic violence. The Ray Rice case, I'm pretty sure they said 2 weeks at first. And it was like, oh. Then you saw the video that they had seen. And it was like, yeah, well, we're going to put a little extra on it. Then you got it indefinite. So I think they might be trying to make up for that, make sure the ladies aren't mad. What do you think about DeShaun Watson getting 6 weeks? And let me say before, I don't want to just put you on the spot. I'm cool with the 6 weeks because, not that, of course I would say that, but it's because he's not in jail. Like, I get frustrated when we want the NFL to punish somebody more than the law enforcement. Like, to me, you got to be mad. And I don't want to sound like the president, all the presidents, they kick it to the states. Like, hey, man, this ain't me. This is a state issue. But this is a local law enforcement issue, man. The law enforcement's job is to protect and to serve. And I really don't think DeShaun Watson is a menace to society. I think he has done some stupid shit.
It's a menace to masseuses.
Goddamn right. And I think he need to lay that shit down. But to act like this motherfucker is, I think he should be punished because that shit was dumb. And there's too many women to be a coincidence. But he's already lost a year. To lose another year, like, all right, man, like, nah. If you ain't going to jail, if he out of jail, he should be able to go to work. He should be suspended if he's in jail because he's in jail. But if the law enforcement say he's good, I don't know why the NFL has to virtue signal and try to make the ladies happy because they're not. It's just like trying to make your lady happy. She's not going to be happy anyway, man. So you might as well not marry her. No, it's fucked up. But you get the point. It's like, I'm going to marry her so she'll be happy. Okay, come on, you did that. How'd that work out for you? Still mad about other shit. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You can't make her happy. So no matter what, they're going to be mad when DeShaun Watson touches the field, and he will eventually touch the field because unlike Ray Rice, he's still good. Unlike Colin Kaepernick, he's still amazing. So when you're still amazing, they look past shit. When you're on the other side, they decide to throw the book at you. What you say, dog?
Well, I want to correct you when you said he already missed a year. That was personal choice. He didn't play all last year because he decided he was never going to play for the Texans again.
Okay.
And so, yeah, he decided he wanted to be traded, and that shit came up, all those allegations, and they couldn't trade him. And he had vowed never to play for the Texans again, so they basically sat him down. They made him inactive, but he was on that team, so it wasn't like the league suspended him. He pretty much, if he was into the Texans and he wanted to play, he would have played all last year.
Wow.
Yeah, he would have played all last year. He chose not to play. And so now, what the NFL's doing, here's the thing, Kyle. You know me. If if grown-ups make a deal, you stick with the deal. And the deal was they were going to let this outside arbitrator, federal judge, rule on this. You know, putting it in the judge's hands, and then you come back and you don't like the way the judge ruled. Now, if the judge said 2 years, the league would have been like, okay, they wouldn't have said that's too long. That's longer than we would have thought. They would have been like, cool, it's out of our hands. We gave it to, you know, this outside judge. But when the judge is like, 6 games, you got to stick with it. But they won't. They won't, because a lot of the owners, this goes beyond the, you know, they're going to act like this is all about the masseuses. This ain't about that shit. Kyle.
Never is, Kamal.
It's not about that. DeShaun Watson has the only fully guaranteed contract in the NFL, and the other owners are pissed off that the Cleveland Browns gave it to him. So they want this, in the way the Cleveland Browns structured this dude's contract. They knew he was going to get suspended probably for like a year or so. It's all backloaded. So the first year, he's making like, you know, $1 million or something like that. And then for the rest of the contract is like the $249 million. And so the bulk of his contract, 99% of his contract, will not get touched with this suspension. And so they're pissed off, and they're forcing, you know, Goodell works for the league.
He works for them. Yeah.
And so they're forcing his hand, because one of their other owners, one of the other members in the crew, they feel is messing it up for them, because guess what? I'm hearing in Baltimore, Lamar Jackson wants a fully guaranteed contract. And so it's like you setting a bad precedent. I'm cool with them getting fully guaranteed contracts. You know what I'm saying? But I know the billionaires in a contact sport, they don't want to pay that.
No.
And so exactly. So Watson, you know, hey man, we want Watson. We want a fine. We want some of that shit taken down. We want the Cleveland Browns ownership to feel this, and not not buck the trend again, man. That's what this is all about, in my opinion, Kyle.
Hey, man, once again, great insight from you. And when we come back, man, one of my favorite segments, man, Hoe Shit. And this one in particular, it struck you so much, it brought tears to Kamal's eyes. Ice in his veins, but tears in his eyes. What did it? Find out next. It's the MRA Podcast. Guys, I have a comedy album. It's called Be a Man at All Times, and it's on, what's it on? Oh, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you stream your content.
It's a damn good comedy album.
I appreciate that, man. There's stand-up on there. Kamal and I wrote a whodunit mystery called The Case of the Missing Balls. That's on there.
Based on a true story.
Check out the album. Show your boy some support. And you can buy it on iTunes. Keyword buy it. Stop streaming. All right, Kamal, it's time for Hoe Shit, man. There was a Hoe Shit that got you so upset it brought tears to your eyes. What in the hell happened?
Okay, man, this is I got this from the news, just reading Yahoo News and stuff like that, man. So bear with me. And it brought tears in my eyes, and I was talking to my wife about it, explaining to her, what's wrong with you? And the more I was talking about it, I was getting worked up. I was like, oh shit, I might cry in this motherfucker. But I didn't, you know.
Yeah.
Grab my nuts and
all right, man. What happened? I gotta look at you in this, man. Kamal, what is it? Is he gonna choke up? What the hell?
All right, man.
Because at my dad's funeral, man, you was laughing your ass off, man. So I need to know what. I'm fucking with you, man.
I wasn't laughing during the funeral. It was the repast.
No, you're right.
Okay, man. So a transgender teen in Florida who made headlines last year after she was brutally attacked in school has been violently attacked again. And for the second time, it was actually caught on video. So in an interview with Miami's ABC affiliate, whatever the fuck, WABC, whatever. I don't know. Chad Sanford, that's the trans girl now. I guess born a boy, transition.
Used to be Chad.
Used to be Chad. Still, I think still goes by Chad.
Okay.
Said she had a knock on her door. She thought it was some friends inviting her out, but the group was anything but friendly. So they lured this kid outside, knocked on the door, and they pretended like they wanted to, like, you know, be cool and play. Excuse me. And, you know, be your friend. Got to, like, the playground area, and they beat this kid. And I seen, you watch the video, it's some vicious-ass Rodney King shit. They're kicking this 14-year-old, pummeling her, socking her. I mean, it's vicious, 3-on-1, and you know, little kids balled up in the fetal position, trying to just, you know, absorb as much as she possibly can. And so, while she's getting beat up, she's saying that they're saying, "Don't come around me with that gay shit." You know, it's really difficult to watch, right? And then I find out, wait, this shit happened a year ago as well. So there's another video of the kid walking down the hallway when
same kid
in middle school, and a bunch of kids. It was like, you know, people just yelling shit out, you know, just harassing this kid. I mean, it's like the entire hallway. It seems like, you know, it seems like the entire hallway is just lit. Like, yeah! And somebody comes from behind, bear hugs the kid, and slams her on her face. Bah! And people were running around laughing and shit like that. And when I saw it, I'm like, these people remind me of the same people who were like fucking with Ruby Bridges and all those kids who were trying to get busted in. You got those white people just throwing rocks at them and pointing their fingers and spitting on them and whatnot. It's like, that's who you're going to be 20, 30 years from now. That video is still going to be out there. You're going to see yourself. You're going to be embarrassed. Leave people alone. The grandmother is like, just let Chad be Chad. Why are you fucking with these people? Why are you fucking with this kid? You know, it's sickening how, you know, this kid who is going through a lot. Life is hard for anybody, especially, you know, a kid who is trans.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
Was born a boy, but I am a girl, okay? And however you feel about it.
Yeah.
However the fuck you feel about it. How do you think this kid feels?
Yeah, man.
Whatever you feel about it, ain't shit compared to what the kid feels every single day.
Yeah.
And so, the whole shit, you know, the kids, a couple of the kids are arrested and stuff like that, you know. And they're looking for like a third assailant. The whole shit are the adults. My son can't, I bet not hear about my son fucking with nobody. You know what I'm saying? Harassing somebody. I better not hear that shit. But this stuff is accepted and sometimes it's promoted. You know?
Kamal,
what's up?
I have 2 daughters. If a trans, formerly boy, was competing against my daughter in sport, I'd be furious about it.
Yes, of course. I understand.
But if one of her brothers went and touched that kid, they would get fucked the fuck up by me.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't. But if they did, listen, I don't think that she should be wrestling my daughter, but we're not putting our hands on this girl. We're not doing that. We're not going to make this motherfucker's life harder. I want her to be able to play. I just don't want her to have that advantage over my daughter if my daughter's a wrestler or, you know, in sprinting or whatever.
Right.
We're not putting hands. And that's where I agree with you, man. Sorry for jumping in your shit, but it's like, no, dog. If you don't agree with them, you know, whatever it is, we got to separate that. Hey, man, we got to do something better. I wish they had it like a trans league so everybody could play. Whoop-de-whoop. More trans girls come out. All the trans girls get to compete and whatever. That would be, you know.
Honestly, that'd probably be the best league ever.
Hilarious.
It would put the WNBA out of business.
For real. Yeah. Nah, I'm watching that shit. You're playing now.
I'm watching that shit. But no, man, real talk though. It's you know, the shit has to stop. Yeah. The thing about it is you would assume the harassment would come from people our age, our generation, right? Not their peers, not somebody 13 years old, 14 years old. It's like, what the fuck? You guys are supposed to be way more enlightened than us. Yeah, this shit should be. This shit should be like normal. We're freaking out. I got a gang of homies who like, I can't fuck with P Valley. You know what I'm saying? They can't.
What's P Valley?
Oh, it's a show on Stars, man. They have a.
That stripper shit.
Yeah, they have a couple of gay characters, and they go in. Mm-hmm. They go in. So a lot of cats are like, I can't fuck with P Valley.
Yeah, a little bit.
But they're like in their 40s and 50s. It makes them uncomfortable. I get it. They're not used to it. But some 13-year-old, some 14-year-old, man, get the fuck out of here.
You grew up with this shit, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Man. Yeah, man. Any kind of bullying, man, is not okay with you, and it's not okay with me, man. When we come back, man, we get into our personal lives, man. What have we been doing for the last 5 weeks, man? We will tell you. And then after that, we have a Dear Erby from a newly divorced man who is learning that the dating scene has changed. What should he do? Kamal and I are going to coach him up. It's an MRA podcast. Hey guys, what's up? If you're enjoying this show, do us a favor and donate to our Patreon.
Word.
Just go to www.patreon.com. That's Patreon.com and make a donation to the MRA podcast with Kyle and Kamal.
Word.
It's that simple. Listen to the show, love the show, share the show, break the show off with some dough.
Bars.
Kamal, first of all, man, we happy belated my mom. Happy birthday, Mom Dukes. Got a happy belate young Taz, man. You just, little man just had a birthday. What has been going on with you, man, for your last 5 weeks, man? What's up with you, dog?
5 weeks, man. So let me just say, my basketball team, the Bad News Bears of Pee Wee basketball, made it to the championship game. Man, I'm telling you, man.
You said y'all was better this year.
Yeah, we made it to the championship.
And how'd it go?
Well, I said we made it to the championship.
Yeah, but they did say that. You did say that. You wouldn't have said made it to the championship. Hey man, we got all the way ranked top 2.
Hey, it's like you fight
ranking? 1 or 2.
You fight back. Who won? It was a tie. Yeah, nigga, if you won, you ain't never gonna say it was a tie. The nigga who said it was a tie, you know, lost.
I mean, we both got some hits in.
Hey man, who won? It was more like a tie, man. But I don't even need to hear no more.
Now we know. You lost.
You lost, yeah. So, dude, that was yeah, man. We made it. We got dusted off, but coming from a team that didn't win a game.
Yeah, bro.
And you know, what I'm saying, a couple of we added some key pieces and shit like that. Mm-hmm. And yeah, man, we were in the finals, man.
So they forgave you for ghosting them that week, man. They let you have your job back.
Man, I was on vacation. I missed like 3 games and shit, man.
But you got back though.
I got back, man. Yeah, one of the team we played in the championship, we actually beat when I was gone. I'm like, shit, am I the
Are you the problem?
I'm the problem?
Oh, that's funny, man.
I'm the problem? But yeah, man, it's me coaching and back at work. Doing what I gotta do to take care of this family. Oh, and
being a man all times. Go ahead.
My boy's moving in this week.
USC.
Yeah, man. By the time this drops, your boy will be moving my son in Wednesday night.
Oh man, congratulations, man. That's great news, man. Well, your boy, man. I was supposed to do 3 weeks on the boat. I did 1. Got the Rona. Came back. I don't think we've had a show since I got the name painted on the wall. You were there that night, man. That was a great night at the Comedy Store, man. You were there. My sons were there. Great night, man. Beautiful, man. Got brought up by Bill Burr. That was an amazing night, dude. At the Comedy Store, man.
It's dope.
Thanks. The boat's been great, man. Performing on the ships have been amazing, dude. The crowds are coming out, and it just feels good to be working on the act and growing the fan base, man. Your boy joined TikTok, dog. I just had to go ahead.
You be doing all that shit?
The TikToking?
Yeah, TikTok dancing.
No. Fuck that. I'm just stand-up clips.
Oh, okay. I don't know what TikTok is. I know what it is, but every time I see it, they
No. It's stand-up clips, dog.
Something disappear and you pop up.
Yeah,
you gotta.
Nah, I ain't doing none of that shit. But TikTok is killing, man. Motherfuckers is on there, bro. So, I fought it. My cousin Marcus been on me about that shit, man. Like, all right, fine, fuck it. All right, I'm gonna do it. And I did it, man, and the videos are doing pretty good, man. So, you know, shouts out to TikTok or whatever. But Kyle Erby 13 on both Instagram and TikTok, man. Hey, man, when we come back, man, we have a Dear Erby from a newly divorced man who is learning that the dating scene has absolutely changed. What should he do? Kamal and I are going to coach him up. It's the MRA podcast. You need some advice in your relationship
and can't afford a therapist?
Yeah. Hit us up and we'll get you through this.
We won't even charge you a copay.
Exactly. The Dear Erby letter is our longest standing segment on the MRA, dating all the way back to the webisodes. This is where we truly save relationships one listener at a time. We've saved marriages.
Encouraged divorce.
Taught a guy how to please his woman.
Encouraged divorce.
Yeah, so hit us up for advice and we'll help you out. Send your emails to dearerby@themrapodcast.com. That is dearerby@themrapodcast.com. Let's get into this Dear Erby letter.
Let us.
Dear Erby, I just got divorced and I'm back on the dating scene. Let me tell you guys, a lot has changed. It's great because the girls, they give it up a lot quicker. Man, sounds fun. Mm-hmm. When I was coming up, you had to wait a while to get some. That was me. That was you, Kamal. They are giving it up on the first night now. Love that. The problem I've seen so far is that the girls act more like guys. I matched with this 10 and she's so awesome. Our first date, we didn't get along too well. She was coming off as a prude that wanted to get married, and I decided she wasn't the one for me. But after I dropped her off, she surprisingly let me in and gave me a great night. I was wrong about her. I think she's the one. Wow. I can't explain why. I just have a feeling. I told her I loved her. Oh, that's why you was talking about being in love. And she said she loved me. But when I said I was in love, she started acting funny. Oh, you did that, huh? Did you? Okay, buddy. The next thing I know, she's leaving my messages on red. My friend told me to give her some space, and every time I do, it works. She comes back, and she's into me again. But then I go back to her, showing love, and as soon as I do, she's gone again. What should I do? Do I have to be an asshole to win in the game of love? That's Jacob in Hawthorne, California. Come on, what should he do, bruh?
First of all, Jacob, you need to just back up and chill. Yeah, Jacob, you're not in love with this woman. You're in love with the idea. You're in love with the idea that she is different from your ex-wife. Everything that you know about women, you know, making me wait and all this, wanting to be married, she's not. She's not. The first night, you fell in love with the first night because this is probably the first chick who let you hit it on the first night. Or somebody you was into. I'm pretty sure, you know what I'm saying, you might have some hoes back in the day. But, you know, on a date and all that stuff, especially if you were out of the game for so long, you know. I've heard about the chicks nowadays, man. They are with it. They are with the business. I'm mad that I'm out of the game. I have to take niggas' word for
it. Never been on Tinder. Neither one of us have.
I gotta take their word for it. But I hear they really about that.
Yeah, about that life.
And so, but you're not. And so you caught feelings for someone who's like, man, we do our thing, and then I feel, I see you when I see you, and you're like, well, wait a second, we've gone all the way.
Oh, you ain't shit.
I'm just saying, man, Jacob, it's you're not truly in love with this woman. You think you are, but because you've probably never experienced this before. You know what I'm saying? But here's the deal. You have to trust, like you said, these girls are giving up on the first night. There's other girls out there who probably do the exact same thing. You just have to this has to be normal to you. You got to get used to it, you know?
Yeah, they say normalize, freeing the nipple, normalize first night sex.
Yeah, you got to normalize this stuff, man. You got to really, truly, truly get back in the saddle.
Yeah.
You know? And if you play the field a little bit more, you'll see that, oh, this chick is probably cool, and she might be wife material. But I think you as an individual wouldn't press so hard. You know, you wouldn't push up so hard, because I think you are kind of like creeping her out and driving her away and stuff like that, man. What did Eddie Murphy teach us in Boomerang?
Come on, bro. What did he teach us?
The man taught us that basically at the end of the day, you still got to be you. When Eddie started really pushing up on Robin Givens' character, she was like, hey, you're taking serious on me now, right? Because Eddie's whole get down was love him and leave him. And this one, he just fell head over heels with. And so I think she kind of noticed that this ain't you. I think the girl right here, you dealing with Jacob, she noticing like, this don't seem like you. This ain't the same dude who was on that first date.
Yeah.
You're somebody else. Get back to that guy. And I think, you know what I'm saying, you know, have a few more dates outside of this one. And, you know, come back and see if it's still, she's still the one. But give it some time, and back up and chill, Jacob.
When we come back, I'm going to weigh in. Yo, what's up? I'm Kyle.
And I'm Kamal.
And you're listening to the MRA podcast, where men come to talk and women come to eavesdrop. Kamal, that was fantastic, man. I love that Robin Givens reference, man. Young folks, you ain't seen Boomerang, you need to go see Boomerang, man. The great Eddie Murphy.
They got a reboot, a TV show on.
Yeah, stop.
They do on BT or some shit like
that.
Yeah, I think it's with Drew from Everybody Hates Chris.
I'm sure it is. So, here's the thing, man. You said I was in love and she started acting funny, and you said, "Do I have to be an asshole to win her love?" All right, you don't have to be an asshole, Jacob. But unfortunately, you do have to play the game, unfortunately. Just like you want women to stay on their A game, I want women to stay on their A game. There's a way that you want your woman to act. And there's a way that you got to act to make her act like that. You absolutely can do too much. And that's what sucks. Here's what sucks about love from a dude's perspective. Just like in Boomerang, Eddie Murphy got that good coochie, man, and he started falling in love. You know, a man, what's a way to a man's heart? Through his penis, period. Through his penis. I hate when you want to learn how to, shut the fuck up. It's through his penis. And when you get some good shit, everybody knows that moment when you're like, oh shit, am I falling in love with a hoe? Don't fall in love with a hoe. Yeah. We have a habit of falling in love with hoes because they know how to get to our heart. But you cannot let your guard down. Let me tell you what I learned from Leo Flowers, my guy. He said, and I'm just going to say what he said. He said something like, it's not about do I love you, it's about I trust you. That's what I learned. And so I'm taking what he said and I'm going to apply it to this. He didn't say this, but I'm about to take the trust part. When you feel like you're in love with a woman, don't worry about that. That's a feeling. You might really be in love. But treat women based on how much you trust them. Don't treat them based on the love. Treat them on the trust. Because if you think about it, they say, you know, should you come on too strong? Do you want to blah, 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 blah? If you starting to trust her, give her the love based on your trust level, not on your love level. Because your love feeling can steer you wrong. But you always know who the hell you trust, and to the degree that you trust them. So when you're thinking about, and here's another thing, you cannot win a woman based on loving her. Logic thinks I'm going to tell her how much I love her, she's going to love me back. Nope. You cannot win a woman over just because you love her. You can't. You can't love her to you. You can actually you can love her a little bit and step away, and she'll make her want to come to you. These are games that people play. But just understand that when you're thinking about texting her and telling her how much you love her and all that shit, ask yourself, how much do you trust this woman? If you trust her, give her a little bit. But even then, I said a little bit. Give her the good mornings and the I was thinking about you today. If you trust her. But if you don't think that you coming on with all this love will make her want you. It won't, unless you already know she's solid. If you know she's solid, do that. If Kamal tomorrow decides to tell his wife, you know, I was just thinking about how lucky I am to have you, that is a good thing to do. That's your wife. You obviously trusted her enough to marry her.
Slow down, Kyle.
Hilarious. Just be careful, man, because unfortunately, it's not fair, and I hate to say it's not fair. Sorry,
that's not fair.
But you do have to be measured. You can't just come on out and say, "This is how I feel. I love you." No, don't. No, you're gonna lose her like that, bro.